Did you know that the average checkout abandonment rate on Shopify is over 70%? That means that only about 30% of all users that even get to your checkout are actually going to convert. Hey everybody, Dominic here, and over the next few minutes, we're going to talk about how to optimize your checkout experience to capture a significant level of conversions and reduce that drop off. Now, if you've never heard of me before, my name is Dominic Mayu. I run a company called DM Corporations, and we help Shopify-based e-commerce brands scale to millions of dollars of profitable revenue through something that we call revenue optimization. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. About 70% of e-commerce checkouts are abandoned, and this is one of the main problems that most store owners face. But through a few simple tweaks in the checkout process and entire sales funnel, you can flip the script and get this abandonment rate down to as little as 30%. So, first things first, we have to understand the psychology behind abandoned carts. See, cart abandonment isn't just leaving items behind, it's a symptom of deeper issues within the shopping experience, whether it's unexpected costs, complex checkout processes, security concerns, or anything else. Each reason boils down to just one thing, and that's friction. Research shows that the main culprits are unexpected shipping costs, forced account creations, and lengthy checkout processes. But if you're on Shopify, you likely already have all of these figured out. So let's dive into some strategies that can actually help you. First, let's dive into a real life client transformation. Now, before the checkout optimization, this store faced a staggering abandonment rate here. Now, after implementing all of these strategies that we are about to go through, the cart abandonment dropped significantly. We saw a surge in completed purchases and a direct impact on the bottom line, bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of a year in additional revenue. So, what are the strategies that we used to get this? Now, if you're not on Shopify Plus, you're fairly limited into what you can do in the checkout process. So, let's start here. Let's get into the strategies that anyone can take, whether you're on Shopify Plus or not. And then we'll get into the Plus specific strategies at the end of the video here. So, first things first are pre-purchase funnels. Most people think that optimizing the checkout lies in only optimizing the checkout. That didn't really make sense. But what I'm trying to say here is all of the steps before your checkout will absolutely impact your overall abandonment rate. So let's start there. Now, obviously, we can get super deep into this in this video, but we're going to kind of cover the overlying topics here so we can make sure this video isn't 2 hours long. But as we discussed before, people abandon the checkout because of friction. So how do we reduce friction? It's a few things here. First things first, we establish trust and clarity. Ensure your customers know that you are a legitimate brand and they're safe transacting with you. Make sure you have social proof throughout the entire funnel, trust icons featuring unique value propositions, etc. Make sure there are no major questions that your customers have that aren't addressed clearly on your website. Number two is reduce the risk. Make the risk of purchasing with your brand as small as possible for the customer base. Money back guarantees, warranties, clear return policies, etc. are all extremely important in that conversion rate. And third is create a compelling offer. A good offer can quite literally change your entire business model. Work on developing an offer that provides the most perceived value possible for new customers. For example, this could be a percentage off, 10%, 15%, 20%, $1 off, $5 off, $10 off, $100 off, $300 off, depending on your product price. This can be a BOGO, buy one, get one 50. There's a million different offers you can develop. A unique one, actually, that one of my partners just developed is building a free PDF workbook to go alongside each purchase for no additional cost. So basically, what they did is built a PDF workbook that adds perceived value to each order. Obviously, I think this cost them $50 in freelancer fees, and it's free from there on out, but it adds an immense amount of perceived value to each order. So, yep. Number one, establish trust and clarity. Make sure there's no major questions left. Number two, reduce the risk. And number three is create a compelling offer. Now, those are all the things you need to do pre-checkout. Now, once all of those are done, we're going to move into some checkout best practices. Now, these are just some things that we developed over the years that are basically just best practices that anybody can do that should improve your checkout conversion rate. So before we get into those, I want to do a couple examples of these UVP icons that establish trust, that answer questions, that reduce the risk. So here we have this trusted by. Again, this is just social proof. This is establishing trust. Here we're talking about the shipping. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, reducing the risk, proudly based in the USA, establishing trust. Now we have another example here. Again, made in the USA. More UVPs here, lifetime guarantee. We have a shipping and returns tab here so people can learn about that. And then here's that PDF little snippet that we added as well. Now, obviously, this PDF is added on the thank you page and post-purchase emails. So now let's get into the checkout best practices. So this is what you can do if you are not on Plus. So these are all optimizations you can make if you are not on Plus. You can make them if you're on Plus too, but we want to start for people who are not on Plus and don't have the ability to deploy the extensions that Shopify just released. So first things first, make sure you have multiple payment options set up, especially PayPal, especially Shop Pay, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Amazon. Order with Prime is coming out now. PayPal typically equates for about 40% of all online purchases. So obviously you want to make sure you have all of these set up in the express shipping area. Next is logo with contact information. So this is actually super easy to make. You can go in Canva, get your logo, and then write in text your contact information. You can use a phone number, ideally, but a email works as well. So this just, again, establishes trust, proves you're a real brand, and shows that you're here to help. So again, just go into Canva, put your logo on the left, put some text on the right, upload this as your checkout logo, adjust accordingly, and then launch this. This makes a big impact. Okay. Next, make sure your CTA is matching with the rest of the site to remain consistent. Okay. Just make sure that the font in that CTA and the button color is the same too. So if your add to cart button is red, you want to make sure that your CTAs and the checkout are also red. You don't want to do different fonts, different colors. Next is reduce the form fields and only ask for necessary information. Also, make sure the phone number is optional unless you absolutely need that phone number. You just want as little steps as possible. So hide like the apartment line under an additional line. You probably don't need the business form or the company form. Just remove unnecessary forms. Next is autocomplete. Make sure autofill is on, especially for the address, but autofill where possible. ShopPay does this now, but yeah, just make it easier on your customers. Next is clear shipping options with time frames. Make sure people know how long they're going to wait before they get their product. Ideally, keep this within 3 to 7 days. 3 to 5 days works perfectly. 3 to 7 is okay. So if you can work free shipping in, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely do it. Checkouts with free shipping convert significantly better. Now, I know it's not possible for everybody to do that, but if you're charging $5 for shipping and you think you can easily bump your product price up by $5 and offer free shipping, I'd almost guarantee your website's going to convert significantly higher. So that's that. Next, never force account creation unless it's absolutely necessary. I've seen checkouts that force you to create an account. You are just going to get obliterated if you're doing that. Unless, again, it's absolutely necessary to create accounts for whatever reason, do not do this. And then lastly, and this may be, they're all pretty important, but this one's extremely important, is making sure you have your abandonment emails set up. Okay. These are emails that automatically go out to customers that abandon your checkout. These get the highest click-through rates, typically the highest sales, in addition to the welcome flows. You definitely need these to be set up if they aren't already. Go do this right now if these are not set up. These will recover a significant amount of your revenue. Now, for those of you on Shopify Plus, this is where it gets fun. If you're on Plus, you have the ability to customize your checkout through extensions. You can add social proof, you can add reviews, you can add trust icons, breadcrumbs, custom logos, review banners. The world is your oyster here. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of partners that I work with whose checkouts convert around 70%. So just about a 30% drop off, which obviously is more than double the conversion rate of the industry average. So these convert extremely well. So I'm going to point out a few things. Here's that number again. All right, first things first. All of this was deployed in extension. You'll see the fonts are very customized on brand. Even the outline is customized with this black on brand. We have these breadcrumbs. These are actually just standard breadcrumbs. We found these worked better here. You can see the express checkout. We customized this text here. You can see we removed the company name down here. We have reviews over here, social proof. We have checkout with confidence, trust badges. Okay, again, these are kind of the last minute objections that people are going to have before they purchase. So we highlight the money back guarantee, the warranty, the printed in the USA. It's a secure checkout. Yeah, this converts well. And then here's another example of a partner. We actually added this review banner. We're testing this right now. I will say that it is winning, but there's a chance it doesn't win. So I don't want to push this 100% yet, but in a future video, we'll have results here shortly. So testing that. You see we have custom breadcrumbs up here. You'll also notice we are using the multi-step checkout for both of these clients. I personally have not seen a major difference between multi and single. Now, what I like about multi is they have more chances to see these reviews and UVP icons. So that's why we're on there. You're actually unable to set up a direct split test between single and multi at the moment, but we've done both. We've done date range comparisons, and neither seem to be converting significantly better than the other. So keep that in mind. But you'll see here again, very custom. We have the number here, very custom UVP icons, building trust, very custom reviews, breadcrumbs, the banner, all that stuff. So implement these strategies. If you're on Plus, you can use these examples and update your own checkout, and I guarantee it'll just cause a massive uplift in your business. Okay. Now, if you are an e-commerce company that's doing at least $10,000 a month and you are struggling with growth and getting your website profitable, there's going to be a link below where we can schedule a call with me to actually analyze your website and see if there's any potential in us working together. There's another link below that'll take you to our 1-hour e-commerce mastery course where you'll learn the ins and outs of e-commerce to help your brand scale. Totally your call on clicking on either of these links, but I did just want to throw that out there. So have a great day, and I hope this helped. Thanks.